Life breaks on plow and parish, fields still wait, the ink still dries. Letters ride on urgent horses, liberty in hurried lines. Leave the furrow, drop the ledger, hear that distant rolling sound.
Well, good evening, and morning or afternoon if you're watching this later. Give folks a couple seconds to come rolling in here. I think I got everything working tonight. I am not 100% sure. Make sure that's the first one. All right, got that there. Alrighty. So, and I don't know. I guess we'll just get going because we got stuff. Oh, look at that. What is that? Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. My watch notified me that YouTube put out the message. Wow, working great. All right, Terminal, how you doing this evening, sir? Bob, hello, sir. How are you? Hopefully all is well with your peoples over in the Philippines. If you guys that didn't see it, there was a, what did it finally come out to, Bob? 7 something, right? Earthquake in the Philippines. So I got a hold of Bob and said, hey, dude, you folks all right? Yeah. It's been a interesting week. So hopefully I can take some stories that folks have heard and have a slightly different take on what's going on. Not to just be different, but because I think different takes need to be taken on some of this stuff, if that makes sense. I'm going to get the volume up there, and here's where I get this one from. I like it. It's right here. And let's see. She's talking about the rebranding of Marxism, so we'll start there.
Woke was not some spontaneous moment of collective consciousness. It's an old ideology repackaged and gamified to make it trendy on social media. So let's talk about it. Most of us became aware of woke during the pandemic. The era of George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, then of course trans rights, gender ideology, Ukraine, and Free Palestine. Underneath all of it runs the same ideological current that has been corroding Western institutions for over a century.
Okay, so you heard her, right? It's been corroding Western civilization for over a century. And using her, we're going off the slightly better looking, maybe debatable than me. If you hear it from her, maybe you'll pay more attention.
Marxism, and it's as cancerous and corrosive today as it was at the beginning of the last century. The language has changed, class struggle has become systemic racism, the bourgeoisie became the privileged, and the proletariat became the marginalized community. In the 1930s, Antonio Gramsci realized you don't need a violent coup if you can achieve cultural hegemony. By capturing the institutions, the schools, the media, and the very language we use, the radicals could reshape reality from the inside. It's what the 1960s activists later called the Long March through the institutions.
You guys realize we're experiencing all that, right? And the Long March. It took them a while to do it. It's going to take a while to undo it. Hold on, Bob answered me. All your family all right? Good to go. Oh, man. Hello, sir. How are you? Nice to see you're still awake. Come on. Come on, work again.
And boy, have they been marching. The Frankfurt School applied Marxist analysis to culture rather than economics in the mid-20th century. Then Herbert Marcuse gave us the concept of repressive tolerance, the idea that some speech must be suppressed to achieve true freedom. That idea is now company policy in over half the corporations of the Western world. And by the 70s and 80s, critical race theory had emerged from US law schools, with Derek Bell and Kimberly Crenshaw replacing class with race as the axis of oppression. And by the 2000s, all of that had been laundered into 3 inoffensive letters, DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, the ultimate participation trophy made in institutional policy, where aptitude became secondary to the oppression threshold. Who actually needs a pilot who can fly a Black Hawk helicopter when you've got the right demographic breakdown in the cockpit? Ask American Airlines, whose regional jet collided with a US Black Hawk near Reagan Airport in January 25, an incident that reignited a very uncomfortable conversation about what to value when hiring. DEI was the most corrosive iteration of cultural Marxism yet, because it substituted genuine competence for immutable traits like
I don't know why it's skipping like that on me. We're going to stop that one. You get the idea, though. It didn't start yesterday. We're not going to fix it tomorrow. Yeah? All right, Redneck jumped in there. Cheetos are bad. No Cheetos. No Cheetos, Redneck. Redneck, Cheetos are bad. You even thinking of eating Cheetos shows that you are weak. Glenn Arthur, hello. Let it play for Clan. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it if you do. Yeah, if you guys could go hit the little thumbs up and do all that, little YouTube stuff, that would be great. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. Let's go here now. And I gotta make sure they make noise. There we go. Come on. It's not gonna want to work good today. Gosh darn it.
Age is ruled by people who believe it does. Dostoevsky wrote the most profound critique of moral authority ever put to paper. In The Brothers Karamazov, a character imagines what would happen if Jesus Christ returned to Earth during the Spanish Inquisition. The Grand Inquisitor has him arrested on sight because he is a threat to the authority of the institution that claims to represent him. The Inquisitor explains that men do not truly want the freedom Christ offers. They want bread, certainty, and someone to relieve them of the burden of choice. Then, at the climax of his monologue, the Inquisitor confesses that they do not even serve Christ at all. They do not need his teachings anymore. In fact, they are an obstacle. They only need his moral authority. Dostoevsky was making two incredibly deep observations about human psychology. Those who wish to dominate their fellow men learn how to use morality itself as the cover, and the dominated will often hand over their freedom gladly in exchange for the comfort of having someone else take responsibility for their life.
Okay, how many people do we know do that? I can name half a dozen myself. That it's somebody else's fault. Somebody else has got to fix it. I can't do anything.
Decades after Dostoevsky, a Polish psychiatrist named Andrew Lobachowski lived under communism. He watched his own government invoke the people as moral cover for terror, imprisonment, and execution. He saw the Inquisitor scale to the size of a nation. From inside the regime, Lobachowski observed that a small fraction of the population, he estimated around 6%, is constitutionally incapable of human conscience. In normal times, social structures contain them, but in revolutionary times, ideology becomes the moral camouflage that lets them rise. Lobachowski noticed that this evil minority had learned to weaponize moral language without possessing any of the moral character beneath it. The words themselves, justice, equality, safety, harm, care, and compassion, became instruments of control in the hands of people who had built no habit of virtue.
Does that sound familiar? Does to me.
This is why we must return to an Aristotelian concept of what makes a person good. Virtue is not a belief you hold. It is a habit that you have built. We become just by repeatedly doing just things. We become brave by repeatedly doing brave things. There is no shortcut, and there is no slogan that makes up for poor character and a lack of positive action.
Wait, positive action, poor character. Huh.
We must refuse the politics of coerced opinion. We must rebuild a culture that judges people by what they repeatedly do, not by what they have most recently been pressured to say. Having the...
All right, I thought that was important to bring that one up too, as I was stumbling along through the internets. Let me catch up what y'all are saying. Hold on, it's easier on my phone. I don't know why. Let's see. Oh, there's Redneck eating Cheetos. Cheetos are bad. And Glenn Arthur showed up. Hello again, sir. Bob saying, I had no chance of promotion because of DI. Hey, it's one of the reasons I retired, too. I was good enough to do the work for him and train him, but not good enough for the position. And Redneck saying he's diabetic. Ain't no Cheetos even in the house. That's a lie. You know you got a bag of Cheetos and you snuggle with it. And Redneck wants to know if Uman's got all his moving done. I don't think so yet. I don't know though. So that was just a theory. All right, so we got some more of these that I thought would, Hey, cold-hearted bastard, how you doing, sir? You'll be officially lurking. That's right, I forgot to say the rule. If you're lurking, you got to announce yourself, or you're a dirty, disgusting lurker. All right, let's see. Here's this fella again.
told me she'd agree with someone that 2 + 2 = 5 if they really believed it. Not that she'd believe 2 + 2 = 5 herself. She'd just refuse to correct them if it might cause discomfort. In her mind, sharing a delusion was better than speaking the truth and risking conflict. This is a microcosm of what is happening to the West. We have lost the capacity to seek truth, and two interlocking forces are driving it: the sharp decline in testosterone among young men and
I just want to point out this is for all the guys younger than me, and I'm over 50.
the feminization of our institutions. Testosterone is the biological foundation for the mental strength to withstand social discomfort in service of personal integrity.
Personal integrity.
4 separate studies using 4 different methods point in one direction. More testosterone equals less virtue signaling, less lying for short-term gain, and less submission to the group. Testosterone has declined by roughly 1% annually since the 1980s. Modern men carry 20 to 30% less than their fathers at the same age. It is reasonable to believe that as testosterone decreases across a population, performative morality, lying, and herd-like behavior will increase. Now, for the other
So if you're into lying and herd-like behavior, you have low testosterone. All right.
reason, the feminization of the West. By the 2010s, many of our most important social institutions, healthcare, universities, media, and law, had become female-dominated. In female-led groups, nonconformity is punished, consensus is rewarded.
Consensus is rewarded. So if you just say to everything the group wants, then you're cool.
And dissent is treated as harm. Take these two trends together and you get less internal capacity to resist social pressure, meeting more external cost for resisting. There's a grand irony here. As women become more captured by feminism, they act increasingly masculine. Their refusal to respect masculinity in the external world has left them overwhelmed by the masculine part of their own psyche. Carl Jung argued that a woman who fails to integrate her inner masculine becomes depressed, ideologically captured, argumentative, and domineering. She begins to behave as an inferior man.
So if you're doing all those things, you're an inferior man. Huh, that's interesting.
Now pair that with the mating strategy weak men adopt, what evolutionary biologists call the sneaky strategy. A subordinate male adopts feminine traits to gain reproductive access by circumventing dominant males. Together, these adaptations produce a low-tolerance, high-surveillance social environment, the preconditions for totalitarianism. Hannah Arendt observed that totalitarianism does not require people to believe lies, only to act as if they believe it. This is the exact dynamic my ex-girlfriend and weak men exhibit. The problem is philosophical, psychological, biological, and social all at once. No policy can touch every aspect. The only option is to refuse to be part of the problem. We must be willing to pay the cost for nonconformity because it will never be worse than the cost of self-betrayal. And we must refuse to tell lies.
Refuse to tell lies. Huh. That's interesting. That's called integrity. Oh, sorry.
I once dated a girl that...
Oh, that's him going back. Hey, if you don't know who it is, it's Liam Out Loud. He's got good stuff, in case you haven't noticed me sharing him recently. All right, let me get out of that. What was this one? Okay, we'll go there in a sec. All right, let me catch up what you guys are doing over here. Hold on. Let me go down. Where did I do? Setting up stuff yet. Cold Hearted's lurking. Don't Cheeto Snuggles shame people. No, you got a bag of Cheetos too. Jesus. You weren't subbed. Oh, thank you for fixing that there, Redneck. Yeah, I don't pay much attention to the analytics thing no more, but it's just funny when I do. I just seem to just lose all the time, even when I'm not putting anything out. Like, yeah, they just got up that day and said, nope, done. And Uman says the moving is done. Putting it back together, not so much. Work harder. Work harder. And Bob says he runs away during times of conflict. I can believe that, Bob. That's a joke, by the way. I will accept lying. You're right, Glenn. You're right. I will accept lying when I can sit there and point out that somebody's completely full of shit. Yeah. Oh man, if you got a shop with a level concrete floor, it makes setting up machines a lot easier. Probably should have used them. Obama contractors that built his library. Oops! Is that thing done yet? The last time I saw a picture of it, I was like, what? It looks like a giant garbage can. And not just because it's Obama's thing. I was like, is that a giant garbage can? And then they said, oh, it's Obama's thing. It's like, oh, okay. And let me see, is that? Yep, here we go. All right, and then this is from old Fox News there. During this week, the Republicans' sweeping immigration enforcement and border security package cleared the House, ending a months-long standoff with Democrats over funding Trump's immigration crackdown agenda. Yeah, so it's going to fund DHS and Border Patrol and all that through Trump's presidency. So all the noise and all the other BS they did a while back, none of it matters because he ended up getting all the funding and everything else he needs until he's done. So, but it made them get brownie points with their crew, right? Yay, fight back against Cheeto Man. Yeah. Redneck says, look like county jail. Yeah, there you go. It does look like a county jail. You're right. That's a good way of describing it. Yeah, like really, dude. That's the epitome of your presidency is the county jail. Okie dokie. All right, so now we're gonna. I got those ones out of the way. Let me go over here and get this set up. We're gonna go to the states, and I think this is the first time I've seen this state. So why do I point this out? Because everything. Wait, here, hold on. Because everything I saw happen here is happening in other states, and that can't happen here. Yeah, it is. All right, so this is Council Bluffs, Iowa. I was like, what? I saw this, so I had to grab it. Showing where illegals and stuff are working, and they got buses and tell them how to get work and all that. Yeah, I remember seeing stuff like this when I was a kid.
Driving around, doing some work, and I'm at this apartment complex down in Council Bluffs, and there's a bunch of these buses. Got Florida license plates on them. And check this shit out. There's probably like 6 or 7 of them down here. And then each one of them has this information about how to get work and all this shit. This is actually Overlook, Michigan. It says on there too also.
Okay, so this is how you do a video, and this is how you make a claim about something, right? Instead of this guy just jumping on the internet, I saw these buses, and they had this stuff, and there was these people. And then somebody goes, bah, yeah, that's good. We like that, bah, right? The guy's actually showing what it is. That's called bringing the receipts, right? Right.
They're importing illegals here. There's a whole bunch of them here. Whole bunch of them. This whole place is full of illegals.
Hold on.
Well, we'll come up to another bus.
I just want you to see this
You'll
last
see
one.
a whole bunch of this shit. This is wild. This is so wild. There's another bus. All right. There's a bus there. There's a bus right here.
So there's another bus, just like the other one. He just keeps going on about how they're illegals and stuff. So that's how you actually put something out there, and other people can say, "Hey, that's true," right? Right? And then it's in Iowa. Who would thought it would be in Iowa? Yeah. So let's see. Glenn's saying our member Senate tried to pass a law to make it illegal to question any story about residential schools, government-ran schools, the first children were sent to. Yeah, well, they got the law here now. I don't understand all of it, saying that you can't investigate nothing as far as like the voting stuff goes. Oops. Importing them sounds like West Coast. Yeah, but now they're doing it in Iowa. And I'm pretty sure Iowa's somewhere in the middle. Like my U.S. geography's bad because everything east of the Rockies just pretty much doesn't count. Yeah. Thought that was a prison transport bus. Yeah, it kind of looks like one. So, but there we go. That's Iowa. I don't remember ever saying anything about Iowa before. So, moving along through the states. And again, I'm doing this to show you guys it's happening all over while you're snuggling on the couch with your Cheetos. And then that's where I get it from. Okay, so San Antonio, that would be in Texas. My favorite state to fucking pick on right now. Let's see. Police attempt to make an arrest as Antifa members swarm one of the entrances to Turning Point USA's Women's Leadership Summit. Huh. Let's see what happens here. So my question, is that on the West Coast? Because that looks like the West Coast, right? Antifa running around doing all kinds of craziness, yeah? I don't know. Hey, and the reason that they're soft playing with them is, you know, what was it? It was just not even a year or two ago you would hear people on the right, oh, police use force too much. Policemen need to be in dress uniforms. Cold Hearted fixed it for me. Yes, Iowa is one of the flyover states. Alrighty. They need help rebuilding after the tornadoes? In Iowa? They got tornadoes in Iowa? I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I don't know that one. So, and then moving on and still staying in Texas. Okay, why do I point these guys out? Because these guys are telling you they are not your average Joe shit the bag man, right? So here's where we get this from Sippy Cup. And at the Carmelo Anthony trial, the Black Panthers have shown up. Okay. I don't know if I can make it bigger. No, I can't. If you don't realize by looking at their uniforms and their patches who they are, you are wrong. I just don't know what to tell you at this point. You are wrong. This is the enemy, not just of white folks. This is the enemy of America. In fact, that's where I get calling it America from. Yeah, it's from dudes like these. So if you don't automatically know who they are, you're behind the power curve and you're going to get caught short. Yeah? Let's see. Moving along into Texas, because I heard so many times that it never happened here. Let's talk about this fool again. Everybody remember him? Oh, I get it from this person. Sue knows best. Got to make sure and give credit where credit's due. This is a guy that was running for mayor, and he said, let's have the anti-redneck day. Redneck, you should take that personally. Yeah. So here's some interesting viewpoints he wants to share.
You want me to believe a guy who hates American veterans, who gave him the freedom to say what you're saying?
No one gave me
right
freedom.
now.
My parents are the only people that made sacrifice. No vet has made any sacrifice. I want to make that clear. I do not support the U.S. military. No, I do not support the United States. I look down on both entities. I want to make that clear. You know what?
How do you feel about veterans?
I don't support veterans.
What?
The only vets I support are the ones that take care of cats and dogs.
Do you want me to believe?
The only vets he supports are the ones that take care of cats and dogs. Yet, he's running for mayor in a city in America. Not even just America, in Tejas. But that will never happen there. Now, what do you think he's going to do because he got off the couch and he ran for office? What do you think he's going to do when he becomes mayor? He's going to say, no Veterans Day this, no veterans hiring. The city's not going to pay for this, that, or the other, yeah? So here's a obviously anti-American dude because he says it out of his own mouth, but he gets off the couch and he runs for office. Huh. Yeah, show me how we should do it there, Texas. Subgroup of the Weather Underground. No, redneck. The Black Panthers came up a different way. They're how do I explain it in 30 seconds or less? Homegrown, is that the word? Homegrown, then taken over by the Marxist. And that goes from one of their, I gotta watch what I say, one of their members' mouths to my ear. Yeah? Actually, several of them. When they realized I wasn't fucking around, I'd actually talk to them for reals. Yeah? So they started off homegrown and then got taken over by the Marxist. Especially when some of the Black Panthers turned into black guerrillas in prison. But that's a whole nother long story. All right, this young man has big balls. This young man right here, he's got big balls. I give nothing but cred to this kid. Here's his little thing, Brandon Jamal. I don't know much about him other than this video. I didn't bother to watch any other ones. I started to, but something came. I was going to go pick the kids up or something. But let me get this so we can hear him. I'm going to stop it here right in the beginning, though.
You heard what I said.
Okay, this was outside that trial out there. And that is what we were talking about last week. I forgot who I was talking to about that. Who was it that I asked about that? I forgot. But there's that African medallion with the lovely little beaded chain. That means he's a black nationalist right there, yeah? That is the same as wearing the uniform of the other guys. Everybody with me on that? All righty. I'm not going to play all of what this kid says because he starts repeating himself, but it'll give you the idea of who he is and what he's talking about.
Get out the road, please. You still a
Y'all, believe it or not, this racist is the man who raised me. Hold on, bring this shit back.
I'm gonna push you if I get close enough. Push you right into that grave. You heard what I said. Neanderthal, I don't give a what you say. You.
Get out of the road.
Get out of the road, please. Get out of the road, please. You still a you're a
Somebody needs to tell him and other folks, because I don't know about you guys, but when somebody calls me cracker, I just find it funny unless I want to use it to escalate a situation. And then that line shoving the uterus neighbor. You lost me on that one, redneck. Subgroup, he likes the ones who take care of cats and dogs and keeps your food chain held up. Yeah. And Bob's ready for fires in his area. Uh-oh. No, it's not North African. It's the whole African continent.
You ain't gonna get me. They've been trying to get me, and you ain't gonna get me.
It's nice to know that he hasn't changed. You know, I remember the first day I learned that my stepfather was racist. We were in an airport. My little brother was 2, going on 3, or 1.
Okay, hold on. Let me speed it up a little bit. And let me see if that's what I'm looking for.
Do you hear him? He turned as red as my damn shirt. And he kept his composure and he said, "You're not flying here today, sir." And he was like, "What do you mean I'm not flying here today? What do you mean?" He said, "Not with this airline, sir." Not after that racist remark. And my stepfather, like a typical entitled black, started screaming and hollering some more, thinking he was going to be able to justify him using the C word because he was upset. That's the man that raised me.
Hold on, I'm trying to find. There's another part in here. Maybe this is the part I'm looking for. If not, I'll be done with this.
Blue jeans aren't made in America anymore.
Commercials. Oh, I hate commercials. Anybody else tired of the YouTube commercials? They're on everything, or they put the little ads everywhere. It's really annoying at this point. Like, don't they make enough?
You is Jacob Blake Sr., a wide-back Negroid with a hatred for white people and a love for dysfunction.
So he's out here doing his whole Black Lives Matter shtick. He's been grifting the BLM folks ever since his son got shot. And if you don't remember, his son was Jacob Blake, who got shot in the back by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin, a long time ago. You remember when the Milwaukee Bucks protested a playoff game? Yeah, that's his son, my former stepbrother.
Jacob is clearly chipping out, but what he won't tell you is that just like Cyrus Cormack and Carmelo Anthony's parents, he also failed his child. His degenerate kid, Jacob Jr., was shot and paralyzed for life by police. For what you say, doing exactly what all Negroids were raised to do, become disorderly and resist arrest. Another product of the jungle jamborees. But now his daddy is mad at the world because he failed to raise his son correctly. The perfect definition of a professional victim.
Let me tell you about this man named Jacob Blake. He's from the South Side.
Hold on. Yeah. Isn't that interesting that his other son ties into another event? Let me catch up what you guys are saying. Hey, Bob, elaborate on the fires. Rednecks 1.5 hours north of Frisco. Let's see. Seen where that Larry Reed is calling for them to have a mass exodus back to Africa because of the Carmelo conviction. Oh, wow. Yeah, exactly, Redneck. I'm so annoyed with it, but there's nowhere else to go, really. Okay, so here, I'll just let the kid talk.
Out of Chicago, but I grew up in North Carolina because he moved us down there. The reason we moved to North Carolina is because he went to college down there at Winston-Salem State, and he got a job at a water treatment plant down there when I was about 7. So he moved the whole family down there, right? Right. Now, mind you, he tells this story with pride. A couple of months after we moved down there, one of his baby mamas put him on child support. So he quit his job. He quit the reason he uprooted our entire lives, because one of his baby mamas put him on child support. And from that point forward, he was always hustling, or he had his businesses in somebody else's name, so none of his BMs could ever actually come after him for child support, because what is a percentage of $0? Scumbag. He had like 5-6 kids on my mama, right? And he thought buying school clothes every other year was taking care of his kids. As a matter of fact, this man, Mr. Black Lives Matter so much, you know what he said about the black children he created outside of his marriage? You know what he said about the baby mamas, the black baby mamas? He said, I'll never give none of them bitches no money. He said that shit all the time. You feel me?
All right, the rest of it is him just saying what a scumbag that dude is. But, hey, I got to give... Hold on, let me run it up a little bit more here. Hold on. No, we'll just leave it there. That kid right there has got big balls to come out and say that, yeah? Especially since folks would be like, hey, man, you're this, that, or the other, yeah? I don't think cracker is a curse word or a bad word. The only time that I ever take it sideways is if I can use it to instigate somebody when they call me it, yeah? Liberia, yeah, okay, so that guy, I seen that video, and I didn't add it in here. I don't think it's in here, because, yeah, okay, he's not the only one to ever say that. And then they're not going to do it because they're just not. How many, you guys probably don't see them, but there's so many videos coming out of black folks that go to Africa and think it's going to be like Wakanda, and they just end up coming back. It's ridiculous. If you don't know what Liberia is and the history of it, you should probably look it up. Yeah, because there's a whole lot of, what do I want to say, human nature in there, yeah? Because when those people got to Liberia and they were in charge, they enslaved the natives there. So it's interesting. If you got nothing else to do, look up Liberia. And Bob's saying during the Chaz Chop, George Floyd riots, they started fires all over the Puget Sound area. Oh, okay. Now I know what you mean by that. I don't think they're going to go that far with this dude, because this kid, whatever you want to call him, he was just guilty, man. I don't know how else to say that. There's no leeway in there, yeah? So they got the big lie where they say the two brothers were up in his face and swelled up on him. Yeah, the video doesn't show that. None of the witnesses say that. His brother was supposedly actually 15 feet away when the stabbing took place. But hey, don't let facts get in the way of a good story, all right? All right. So, and on that note about the brother, let's go here, because this is how they think this should work. Why am I pointing out? Here's where I get this from. Don't know nothing about him. Why do I point this out? Because this is this is where they think things should work like this, and then when it doesn't work this way, in their minds, it justifies them doing other things. And remember, if you're going to do things to other people, you have to justify it. Right, wrong, whatever. You have to justify it. So the murderer supporters have started another petition to target the brother that's alive. They want him arrested for assault and accessory to murder. And this is what happens when they sit around at the table talking to each other. They think this is a legitimate form of, I don't know, law, that you could just sign a petition, and then when the petition doesn't get signed, then it gets added to the list of wrongs against them, right? And this justifies people doing things in their mind because they've been wronged yet again. And Cold Heart is saying, you know, that the origin of the term cracker was in reference to the Florida cowboys known for their using bullwhips to gather cattle out of the Everglades. I haven't heard that one. I've heard a couple different versions of it. I just always thought it was stupid. I don't know. I didn't get insulted by it. Does that make sense? I mean, have I had dudes say it to me and then I use that to manipulate the situation? Well, yeah. But on a day-to-day, I'll just laugh at you. I'm like, whatever, dude. All right, and then here's this Nick Sorter again. Jasmine Crockett. So going back to how they talk to each other, how they justify things. This is a woman in Congress, right? She is very powerful to them, yeah? And here's what she's saying about the incident.
35 years for a kid who had decided to go under a tent that was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid that he didn't know who was larger than him. Listen, a lot of people don't know what it is to live as a Black person in this country, but just like you can give the benefit of the doubt to so many police officers when they go out and they shoot some Black unarmed person, even though they are trained, the fact that there was little to no mercy seen or humanity seen when this Black boy said that I was scared.
Do y'all see her tail? Here, we'll go back and see if you guys can spot her tail. This is how she knows she's lying. Hold on. It'll be obvious now that I said it.
To no mercy seen or humanity seen.
Did you catch it? One more time for the slow kids in the back. Hold on. See if you can catch her tail. If you were playing poker, you'd know she's lying.
They are trained. The fact that there was little to no mercy seen or humanity seen when this Black boy said that I was scared.
Yeah. So besides doing this the whole time, looking away, and the whole licking the lips thing, yeah. Those are all tells that she knows she's lying. In case you didn't know that. So as soon as her eyes flutter, yeah, she's just lying and she knows it, yeah. Terminal element gets brownie points for knowing the answer. She closes her eyes to hide, yeah. And then when they start flopping away, she looks away, yeah, and then closes her eyes. Yeah, she knows she's lying. It's just one of those things. Most people might miss that, but hopefully you pay enough attention to go, you're lying. At some point it might help you out. All right, so I got to go. I saw this one, and I figured I needed to address this and bring some reality into some people's lives, okay? Because I get tired of fairy tales. So I'm going to go up here. Don't know nothing about this dude. I mean, take a good look at that face. Look at that kid. This is a kid. Let's see what he has to say.
So I just got word from one of my followers that happens to be locked up in a Texas prison as we speak. The Aryan Brotherhood of Texas already has a hit out on Carmelo Anthony. Shot callers have already made the hit. There's a lot of money behind this one, and it will be handled accordingly. Soon as Carmelo Anthony touches down in a Texas prison, justice will be served.
Okay. Hold on. I don't know what that one is. I didn't see it. Yeah, that's not how it works. You good? Yeah, I'm on right now. Can it wait? Just text me. Oh, I'll look at it in a little bit. Okay. Sorry, real life. Yeah, guys, that's not how it works. Okay, that's just not how it works, man. So this kid, this barely can get facial hair, fat-faced kid, knows somebody that's going to tell him the inner workings of we call them TAB, Texas Aryan Brotherhood. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. That's not how it works, man. So where do I start with that? Let's start with one. Nobody's going to tell this kid nothing. Why? Because that's how you get more time, man. That's how you get caught up in a conspiracy. Yeah? Hold on. I don't know what this thing's doing. Hold on. Nope. Cancel. Okay, hold on. I don't know what the hell that thing's doing. Okay, there we go. That's the one I'm looking for. About hit the wrong button there, I think. Okay, so that's how you get conspiracy. That's how you get more time. That's how you get put into special housing unit. That's how you get stuff locked down. That's how the drugs stop flowing. That's how nobody makes any money, right? Okay, so that's one aspect of it. Two, when this kid goes to prison, the brothers are going to look out for him. Plain and simple. So now if the white guys go stab a brother, now you got a war between the blacks and the whites. Yeah? Nobody wants that. People talk a lot of shit, but if anybody's actually been in there, if they can keep an all-out war from happening, they will. So they're not going to be like, hey, let's put it out and let everybody know we're going to get this kid. Because the brothers are going to roll up and be like, hey, man, that ain't cool. All he did was kill a white guy. And plus, a lot of the inmates aren't going to care, man. He's in there for murder. It's a righteous crime. Whatever. Cool. Party on. Move on. Yeah? So, Palmetto, how you doing, sir? Snickers bar he finds on his pill. Long as yeah, there you go, redneck. It doesn't work like that in prison, guys. I know everybody's got these little fantasies and oh, I watched this movie or my uncle told me this shit when he got out of prison. Well, your uncle's lying because there's prison politics. Yeah? There's prison politics, man, just like anywhere else. And the white guys aren't going to put a hit on him like that and let it be known by everybody, because then the blacks are going to say, you can't kill one of ours, man. It's way more tribal and way more racial. It's like you see the stuff on the streets nowadays, but far more intense, yeah? And plus, it's bad for business, and everybody's trying to make money while they're in there. The thing that Carmelo, whatever the fuck his name is, can do is he'll get in prison and he'll say, I'm Muslim. And if he's hanging out with the black Muslims in prison, that makes it even worse. Yeah, there's even less chance of them touching him. Okay? And I'm sure he's got an uncle or a cousin or a brother or daddy somewhere that's telling him, hey, dude, as soon as you get there, hook up with the freaking Muslims. This is how it works in real life, guys. Okay? Okay. Palmetto's hands are blistered. Cold-hearted saying, do you have soft hands? Palmetto saying, yep. I got soft hands too. That was funny. All right, let me see where I'm going next. Hold on. I just had to bring that reality out because I've seen it too many times since the sentencing came out. All these dudes that don't know shit about nothing. Oh, they're gonna get him. Man, ain't nobody gonna get that kid. Oh, none of the bad guys care as much as you guys think they do. Yeah. So all right. So here's Nick Sorter again. So this is a part that this is gonna probably annoy some people. So remember, cops can get yelled and screamed at, and nothing's supposed to happen to the people doing it to them, right?
Back up! Get Son, you gonna kill me? You gonna kill me? Come on. You gonna kill me? Come on. Right there. Come on. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Don't fucking pick that up again. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead. Please get back.
So here's my question for all the super tough guys in YouTube land. If somebody threatened you and threatened your family, you would react negatively to that, right? Now, the same guys that say, oh, the cops should only have the same rights as regular folks, well, that cop's not allowed to react negatively towards it. And it's a crime to threaten cops. So fuck him. It's about time they start doing that shit. Get tired of hearing them fucking punks run their mouths like that. All right. There was another little rant there, I guess. All right. And then, okay, this picture is going to go in with some other stuff here in a sec. Hold on. And so they put this up at, is it Delaney? I think it's Delaney. Yeah. Same dude. Saying you can't have backpacks or masks there, right? Why? So you don't bring shit, and so you don't fucking have something on that can counter the gas and everything else, and to ID you. Yeah, right? Okay. So that goes up there, and then hold on, let me go over here. And I actually confirmed this too, so because it's just a post where I saw it and then I went and confirmed it. Status Quo News. If you ever want to make your brain hurt, go watch this dude. Let's see. It says breaking. After we confronted Newark police and the mayor's office and attorney/press groups threatened lawsuits, Newark PD are no longer unconstitutionally and illegally blocking journalists and protesters from wearing protective masks and goggles at Delaney Hall Ice. Okay, hold on. So it's unconstitutional to say that protesters cannot wear protective masks and goggles. But it's okay to tell the ICE agents they can't wear them. And then the comment down there, I just got back from Delaney Hall. I left at 8:30. No cops. Some people had gas masks. It was a good experience. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's the kind of shit that makes my brain hurt right there. So, okay, you guys can have the mask, but the other guys can't. So the next one over here, I don't remember what it was, but I find it weird, and I must have had something good there, because, hey, it's not available no more. I have no idea what it was. It said like Peru or something like that on there. I don't remember what it was. No, it's something else. But it says, nope, can't do that. All right, let me catch what you guys have been saying. Hold on, it's easier on my phone because it looks goofy on this thing. And let's see, a couple years in prison, and she won't look at close her eyes. This is true. Yeah, exactly, mama's boy. It's probably his twin brother trying to make cred, yeah. And there's where Palmetto get in there. And the Southtown comments. Let's see. Palmetto says he's the guy that has trouble using touchscreens sometimes because his calluses don't register. Yeah, okay. Flashbang. Oops. That was a bouncing Betty. Oops. Know what you're throwing, redneck. What'd you miss, Glenn Arthur? Everything. Facial recognition cameras in play. Yes, sir. Worked a drilling rig for 20 years in Monahan and Derrick. Oh, yeah, no. None of your fingers work right. Oops. So you see the disparaging there, or not, the unequal treatment, right? Everyone's equal. No, they're not. Yes, they are. Only the ones that we want. Yeah. Oh. Either they both make a fake noise. Yeah. One has a more permanent effect. Hold on. Let's see what this one is. Oh, okay. So we'll get out of that stuff, and we will go over to the Republic of California. All right, so I've seen a bunch of these. I personally do not know anybody. Here's Cat Turd. In case you don't know who Cat Turd is, they're pretty all right. They disappear, though, and come back. It's weird. So anyway, this person right here, don't know about him, said that people that voted for Pratt in the LA mayoral race, because you guys know that happened exactly how I said it was going to happen. Oh, wait, he was right again. Once they started counting, air quotes, counting the votes until they got what they needed, and then they got Pratt out. I'm just waiting for him to say Hilton's out of the governor's race, too, because they still have like 3 weeks or something left to count. Yeah? So, but they're saying that people are getting this letter saying their signatures were rejected and their ballots weren't counted. And it says 200,000 Californians have had their ballots rejected since 2020. This will happen when you don't require a voter ID. Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't know anybody's got this letter. So I've seen versions of this. I'll show you another version here in a second. I've seen that same one. And then I've seen this other one. But I personally don't know of anyone. But it doesn't matter because they've already called the race, which I don't get. They say they need all this time. Don't know nothing about this dude. They say they need all this time, but as soon as they got 10 more votes to push her in, all of a sudden, voting thing's over. We got what we wanted. So this one is in Riverside County, which is next to LA. So it doesn't have anything to do with the LA mayor race, but just the voting in California altogether. Yeah. So that would be, that would be a second county. And I've seen a bunch of these. Like I said, I just personally don't know anybody that's got one. And I've asked a couple people, and they've said no. So I don't know what the dealio with that is from a personal experience kind of thing. Yeah. And let's see. Redneck says, well, that one finger that I tell my granddaughter means you can go first still works. There you go. Prime candidate for debilitating rheumatoid arthritis. Shut up, Palmetto. You got too long to worry about arthritis, you damn youngster. Glenn says free speech for those we agree with. Yes, sir. Hey, Sasquatch, how you doing, sir? And he's saying they did that a lot in Oregon off and on. Yeah, I don't know anybody personally that's got that or said anything about it. So, hold on. It's easier over here. It fucking covers it up on there. No. Should only count votes made in person. Yeah, that's what I think too, with very few exceptions. Yeah. So, but it makes it too hard to find the votes you need. All right, and then so I wanted to go. Oh gosh, darn it, Palmetto! I just clicked the wrong button. And that was the story you sent me. I just lost it. All right, so Palmetto, you got to back me up on this one that you sent me the story, but I just hit the wrong button. So Palmetto sends me a thing, says, hey, look at this. And it's showing how there's a program, TARP, something like that, where the children of illegals get federal funds in the state of California. That means your money. They know the parents are illegal, but that's it. But the kids are here, so they get money. And it was saying that 81% of that money never gets to the kids. It's used for other things. So, for you guys living outside of the great Republic of California, and you think you have nothing to do about nothing, wrong. You're paying for it. You are paying for the Californians. Why? Because you won't get off the couch and go to your congressmen and your representatives and all those people and tell them, stop this. Don't send them money. Make it stop. Right? So when you can't buy gas and you can't buy food and you wish you had your tax money, just know that there is some drug addict down in Skid Row in LA that is very appreciative of those federal funds that helped them put that dope right in that arm. I don't know to tell you guys that. I've been saying it for years, but nobody wants to hear it, right? Your tax dollars are paying for Los Angeles and California. All right, so here is a rant that I will share with you. Yeah, dude, I hit the wrong button just now, so it went away, and I don't have it to pull back up right now. So, but that's what the story said, right? And Redneck says he needs to sneak into California and register to vote as an illegal liberal Democratic and collect my money. Yes. Yes. It would have been great to see convoys pulling into LA and going, yeah, let me vote. Because they don't check IDs or nothing else, you know? Could have all put 101 Wilshire Boulevard or something. They'd be like, oh, okay. Hey, Dangerous Freedoms, how are you today, Wayne? All right. So I thought this little rant was worth sharing. Let me find it. Hold on. So it's from this lady right here. Don't know nothing about her. Yeah? Says, to every out-of-stater screaming at lifelong Californians to just leave after this election, how fucking dare you? We were born here. We raised our families here, built businesses, bought homes, and spent our entire lives bleeding in the trenches against this machine while you watched from safer states. Telling us to abandon the golden state we love is unforgivable. It's a slap to every California kid who grew up believing in the dream this place once represented. How would you feel if we told Texans or Floridians, fuck it, your state's gone, pack up and run? I've stayed quiet about my disappointment and those who cut and run because she's a lady, but watching you flee, then lecture us from your new red states while declaring California dead because you left. It's gut-wrenching. We can't cut and run. We fight. If you truly love this republic, stop the defeatist bullshit. Get your asses to California, register, vote, organize, volunteer. Help us flip this blue cancer before it spreads and kills the whole country. Yeah, we're holding the line with everything we have. Join us or shut the fuck up. The republic needs warriors here, not more quitters. So for everybody that ran from California, yeah, shut the fuck up. I couldn't have said that better. That's why I had to share that. Oh, I know I am absolutely tired of hearing that shit. So, hey, Terminal Element, suck a dick. Wayne's doing all right. He's been working on edits all day. Good to go. And Redneck saying, you see where that Spencer Pratt claims he has some dirt? Yeah, I seen that one. So hopefully he does something and releases it. Not like that Massey dude or that, what is it, MTJ, whatever that cocksucking chick's name was. We're going to let stuff out. They never do. If you can run from California, good job. Vote with your feet. Yeah, no. So, I mean, I know some people think, hey, let's just run because it's not fun and it's hard and whatever. Yeah, okay. You can only run so far. And moving along. Wolverines! What was this? Okay, hold on. I gotta catch up on what this one is. This is where I get it from. Oh, this is in Florida, if I remember right. Hopefully boycotting. Yeah. So Florida in real America, where real Americans are at, you know, like ones that run from California because they're pussies. They got this thing they're doing, a Muslim-only app called Go Fuck a Camel or something. I don't know. Is hopefully boycotting non-Muslim businesses to build a parallel Islamic economy. Let's hear it from her mouth.
Go Marhaba is a platform where users can redirect their spending to support Muslim-owned businesses.
The Go Marhaba app, which helps us find local Muslim businesses that we can support, helps us do business with each other and keep our money circulating within the community so we can build the strength that we need to effectively serve our faith and serve our country to be the best version it can be.
So when I heard about Go Marhaba and that they're actually putting this together, a national level business directory for Muslims, so we can actually keep our money in-house and build autonomy in-house. I want to say one thing. If we do not support each other, who will support us, okay? It's like if you are from the community to the community, the best way to do it is to invest with the community businesses and entrepreneurship. I would say it's for us as Muslims, this is a life-saving strategy on the long term. This is the economy power that we need. We don't have any platform like that right now. So having that platform where you can...
Yeah, so you could exclude other businesses and only do that. Wow, that's interesting. Do you think other folks could do the same thing? I mean, would that work? I'm not sure that would work. If we had I don't know. We got to think of a cool name for one. But if we had one of those, they'd be like, hey, you can't do that. That's racist or exclusionary or whatever word they wanted to use, right? So, let's see. Redneck saying, if you won't fight for your state, then what makes us think you're going to fight for a new state? Amen. Let's see. They named their app Homo Bubba. There you go. Infiltrate their app. There you go. I'm sure they got some way of verifying it. But it's stuff like that that people are just like, oh, that's okay. That's okay that they do that. Huh? What do you mean? Oh. All right. And then I want to go over here because this will feed into the trend that we've been seeing. Let's see. Columbia Heights. What is that? Minnesota? Isn't that where real Americans live too? Yeah, so I got it from In Wokeness. If you don't know who they are, you should. And yeah, this is about the license plate readers. Let's hear her concerns. She's this is a mayor of Columbia Heights, Minnesota.
Mayor Amada Marcus Simula is worried could fall into the wrong hands.
The main fear is that the federal government, federal agents can get to all this data and that we don't know who's using it, that no one's asking for warrants for this information.
The mayor says the unanimous decision to cancel the contract was made during a recent work session. A spokesperson with Flock says their technology has made a measurable public safety impact, assisting in about 20% of solved cases where the tech is deployed while helping locate more than 10,000. Mayor Amada Marcus.
Yeah. So why do they keep wanting to get rid of all that stuff? I wonder. Where else were they getting rid of all that stuff? Oh, that's right. Yeah. And all the taken over cities, yeah? Call it Cracker Express. Alrighty. Yeah, can't do that. That's racist. Said about these migrants, they don't want to stay and fix their countries. They come suck off ours. Yeah, Palmetto. I think, we should round up these dudes and they say, I can't be in my country because I'm in danger. Well, here's a bolt action rifle and here's a bunch of ammo. Go fix it. Yeah? Call it per capita. Ouch, Wayne. That one's good. That's exactly what I say about them illegals. They flock cameras violate our Fourth Amendment. I'm not sure, dude, if it's in public. How much privacy do you think you have in public? Aren't there auditor dudes that do that all the time? This is public. I can record anything I want in public. In public. All right, so where's Uman at? I think this was in his neighborhood. Doing that, see if Uman's still awake. ABC News. I don't know if news should be at the end of it, but let's see. A large burning cross was discovered at a Chicago park on Tuesday afternoon. Police said they are investigating how it ended up there and the motive behind it. Dun, 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 dun. Huh. I wonder who. Look at that cross right there. And let's see if we can make it bigger for everybody looking on their phones. Look at that. Burning cross in a park. Well, there's only one group of people that could do that. That only has one meaning. No one else would ever do anything like that because that's racist. Racist. But, oh wait, let's follow up on that story. Oh, but hold on. First off, hey, look where I got this from. Ooh, man! We probably went to sleep already. Yeah. And he says, headlines and nonstop coverage of this hate crime disappearing in 3, 2, 1. And he was correct. Here's the suspect. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't fit the narrative. So we're going to stop paying attention to that, okay? Oh, and there's Uman's X thing. If you're not following him, go follow him. Yeah. Yeah, so this story, this just didn't happen. All right. You just let that one go. Because that didn't happen. All right. All right. I'm gonna catch what y'all are saying. I can grow a beard and grab a towel. Oops. Call it per capita. The flock cameras. Hold on. And Pomona says the damn white people. Yeah. Yeah. Funny how YouTube lets you post that. Yeah, exactly. Wayne says, I knew that was the case when I first saw it. Yeah, I was like, who the hell is going to actually do that? If you know somebody dumb enough to actually go do that and give them talking points, just hit them in the head. And what is it y'all always say about the hogs? I don't know. Hit them in the head, feed the hogs. I don't know, because that would just be stupid, right? So, and Redneck's saying they nixed a couple of his posts. Yeah, I haven't got any that. If you guys put them in today, I don't see any that I've had to approve or whatever. And if you guys know how that works, if YouTube lets it get all the way to me, it says approve, yes, show or hide. And you just click on it and let it go. I'll tell you if I block your stuff. Shit. So, yeah. So, all right. Well, I thought that was all that interesting there stuff. So, now we're going to do some funny stuff, all right? Because we need some funny. We need some funny in there. I'm not going to do this whole thing because the video is kind of long and gets kind of repetitive, but you'll get the idea. All right, this is where we got this guy from, Tracy Guns. I don't know. And this is to make a gun in California. Oh, well, I got to play it.
Now, in order to make an assault weapon California compliant, the most important thing is how the gun identifies. In California, the easiest way to meet this threshold is simply to identify as legal. Now, let's talk about a few other things that make this gun California compliant. Number one, this 30-round mag only identifies as 5 rounds. But you can't stop there, because if you are not virtue signaling the inclusivity, that it's considered a hate crime in California, because they can only assume that you just want to use your guns for hate crime. This, they know, is an inclusive gun. Therefore, it's only going to be used for inclusive purposes. Now, if you look closely, you can also see this does not identify as a gun. It identifies as a squirt gun. It also has that little bear insignia on the butt and says just the tip, because why not? We normally start with this just to give people a heads up, but right by the trigger, because it does have a trigger on it, we have a trigger warning. So if you are going to get triggered by that trigger, which that's okay, you will get triggered by triggers. Triggers are triggering. They trigger me. Every time I'm playing with this, I'm always like, bang!
All right, anyway. The joke is kind of lame after that. But there you go. There's just some funny. All right? Then I got some other funny, because I couldn't decide which one of these two to use. So I had to use both of them. All right? All right. Hold on.
Oh, it has so many female hormones in it. Once you drink too much, you can't drive and you start talking nonsense.
You know that you are a fucking bastard, right?
Alcohol has so many female hormones in it. Once you drink too much, you can't drive and you start talking nonsense.
There you go. Maybe that'll help some alcoholics out there. I'm ready for the end of the world, but I'm an alcoholic. All right, let me catch what you guys are saying. I saw a bunch of stuff. And there we were. Man, this thing is really annoying me. I don't know why. And let's see, Waterpark Post got taken down today. What the hell is that? That is a proper California AK-47. Set a new record, 12 days out of the hospital. Good job, Sasquatch. Woo! And Wayne's saying there was a teen takeover at the water park in Sevierville. That's how you say that. The South Park water park scene in the comments, and everyone lost their minds. Oops. It's about virtuous and... Yeah, it is. Symbolism. All right, so anyway, I thought that old dude was funny, too. Let's see where this one's going. Okay. So this would be the portion of this evening's discussion where I piss some people off. But we're going to have a cool guy say it instead of me. Because we all know I'm not cool, but look at him. He's cool. He's got the neck tattoo, the proper shades, the proper cool beard, the bracelet, the rings, the hand tattoos. He's cool. And it's this dude, Jason Lamar. I don't know nothing about the dude, right? But hopefully for some of you guys with fetishes you don't say in public, this will help you understand things.
Me to save you some time. The government is corrupt, current
Come on.
events are staged, history is fake, and everything you've ever been taught is a lie. There. Now you have all the answers. The specifics
I don't know why it's doing it.
Don't matter. Now that that's out of the way, let's do a deep dive down the rabbit hole of why you're such a bitch. Because I have some theories that aren't conspiracies. Let's...
All right, it's really losing the impact by it skipping like that.
Begin. You chase pleasure but have no purpose. You let your feelings dictate your actions. You live in the present but...
Hold on for this. All right, let's go back and be to play with it.
Dwell on the past, like a dumbass. You don't work out, you eat like shit, smoke weed, drink alcohol, chase bitches, and hang out with losers. You procrastinate, gossip, complain, and place blame. You gave your power away to limiting beliefs like depression, oppression, and the so nefarious system. You have a lot of excuses that sound
God damn it.
fancy and scapegoats that seem legit, which is amazing if you want to feel better about yourself, but meaningless if you want to better yourself.
Hold on. Let me see if this does it. It just doesn't have the same impact. Oh.
Allow me to save you some time. The government is corrupt, current events are staged, history is fake, and everything you've ever been taught is a lie. There. Now,
I don't know why it's doing that.
Now you have all the answers. The specifics don't matter. Now that that's out of the way, let's do a deep dive down the rabbit hole of why you're such a bitch. Because I have some theories that aren't conspiracies. Let's begin. You chase pleasure but have no purpose. You let your feelings dictate your actions. You live in...
Alright, that's just too goddamn annoying.
the present but dwell on the past, like a dumbass. You don't work out, you eat like shit, smoke weed, drink alcohol, chase bitches, and hang out with losers. You procrastinate, gossip, complain, and place blame. You gave your power away to limiting beliefs like depression, oppression, and the oh-so nefarious system. You have a lot of excuses that sound fancy and scapegoats that seem legit, which is amazing if you want to feel better about yourself, but meaningless if you want to better yourself. Same goes for all these distractions. I understand that the world is most likely run by a secret society made up of people wearing various hats. The earth might be flat, and Michelle Obama is probably a man. And that's all very, very interesting. but it's not useful. The answers you seek have no application once found. So why look? You don't have to pick apart their stories, unravel their yarns, or subscribe to their narratives. But you do have to work on yourself. Otherwise, you'll fall victim to the sinister plot you thought you were smart for having figured out beforehand. And what good is being awake if you wind up lying in the same bed as those who aren't?
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know. All right. I don't know why it's doing that. That's annoying. I'm gonna go back over here. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's doing that tonight. So, let me see. And Palmetto went for the little one to bed. Alrighty. Yeah, Max Headroom. Yes, he does. Is the video cutting out? Yeah, I know, Redneck. I don't know why it's doing that, dude. So probably because it's saying things that are mean. So basically, the guy is saying, yeah, okay, you can know all the conspiracies of the world, but that don't help you none. What does that do to your day-to-day? Nothing. You know? Oh, I know what the Illuminati's doing. Okay, bro. Balance your checkbook. Pay your credit card. Feed your kids. Right? So anyway, I just thought it was somebody else saying what I've been yelling at people for a while and making them upset about. So, Redneck, what did you put right there? Did you hit something and there's no comment? I don't know what the heck that is. So, anywho, all right. So, this one's for Palmetto, but he's gone. So when he gets here, last week he said that he tried to post in the comments the mission of the Marine Corps Rifle Squad. All right. I got it open right there just to remind me. The mission of Marine Corps Rifle Squad is locate, close with, and destroy the enemy by fire and maneuver, or repel the enemy's assault by fire in close combat. Sir! Yeah. So, oh, you hit the button? All right. So, yeah, they wouldn't let him post that. So, there it is. I had to say it just so that, and yes, I had it right there just so I could remember to say it. And let's do that thing that some people don't do, because they get their little headlines and they go away, right? So let me share this one. So here's what we're gonna follow up on today. So a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago now, it was all hip and happening to go for those guys in the Pacific Northwest that are super cool YouTubers. They went to the ICE facility out there and they did some videos and they were real like prim and proper, and then they went away after one weekend and then we just don't care anymore. So at present count, there's 3 that I'm aware of ICE facilities that are under siege by the anti-American forces. And one of them is downtown LA. You don't hear anything about it anymore, right? Yeah, but there's still stuff going on down here. So yeah, so they're still having incidents in downtown LA because the opposition is still out there doing things. So my question is, where are all the cool kids, man? Why aren't they reporting on this? Yeah? That's right. They moved on to the next shiny thing. Teresa, is that you? Hello, ma'am. I made it, actually made it to live for a change. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Oh. Did you do what accidentally hit the button think? You said we're going to do something most people don't do. Yeah, that's called follow up. Yeah. Oh. Pulling that bouncing video? Huh? Oh. So yeah, we're going to follow up, which most people don't do because they just say the shiny thing and move on to the next thing. Yeah, a couple weeks ago it was the people in the small hats. Now it's the black folks, right? Because, we'll just keep changing. Get it from this dude. He seems to be all right. So, and then, let's see. This is at Delaney Hall out there in, where the hell is that? I just forgot. New Jersey. Yeah, oh, you got to hear the sound. The officers have to put up with it. You have to put up with it. Now, if you guys have been paying attention, you notice the difference in demeanor between the people we saw out there talking to the protesters last week or the week before and these guys. That's because these guys are law enforcement. Those security guards are not.
No Geo, no KKK, no fascist USA. Think about you are the reason why this Constitution is fucking no KKK. Coming illegally, still getting detained, man. You are not the same as us. No, you are not. You are not.
Hopefully everybody's enjoying this. Keep listening.
You are
All right, that's enough. So that's two joints that the opposition is surrounding. Huh. And let's see. Look, a squirrel. Yeah. First started selling them rape whistles. Yeah, I remember seeing that too. We talked about that on here. How they were going to start passing those out to be annoying. Which now means if somebody's actually blowing a rape whistle, other folks just ignore it, right? But, you know. And then, let's see. Portland Ice Facility. That's the one I was talking about that a bunch of the cool kids went to. And then they didn't act as cool as their personas. Their personas in YouTube land is like, they'll lay down to smackdown. But as soon as these people talk sideways to them, they're like, hey, brother, I'm just here to record, brother. Okay, let's go ahead and leave now, brother. I'm leaving, brother. Okay, brother. Yeah. Hold on, see if this works.
Gogibic Medical Care Facility.
Oh, golly,
focuses
nobody
on
wants to
providing
read
an
the commercial.
understanding and loving.
Oh, gosh darn it. Now I just screwed that all up, didn't I? Kill that one. Oh, golly. Oh, that's not going to work now. God damn it. Boy, I'm just screwing this up tonight, huh? I'm trying to get it so you can see them throw themselves in front of the vehicle. I can't figure out where to turn the sound off on that one. So, if it goes again, I'll just hit this thing up here.
Shipping is back at
And it's
Curtis
not.
Furniture. Choose
There we
your
go.
style and fabric and
There we
receive
go.
your
There,
furniture
there.
in as little as
There's a
30
commercial,
days.
though, if you
Plus,
live in the
our in-stock
area.
Selection. All of our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Look at the actual crowd that's still there, yeah? About nothing, yeah? But still, they're there. They're with them. They call that a victory for them, yeah? So that's 3 facilities. Yeah. Anywho, all right. Let me catch up. Red whistles. There we go. Let's see. Right after the cops in England stopped carrying them. Hurt your pumpkin ears. Sorry, sir. Oh, the dog. Sorry. Let's see. Notice one of the screamers is an Antifa dude from PDX. Probably. My wife is a racist. She has no dinner ready. Ha ha ha. There you go. Work better if you take the Lord's name in vain some more. I'll try. A new sofa to go with the Cheetos. Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Well, yeah, he's probably got the scream sound like a woman. Yeah. Probably because he's one of those younger, low testosterone guys. That I mean, if you're a low testosterone guy and it fits, just live with it. It's science. It's facts. All right. So following up, we'll move over to jolly old England for a minute. So you guys remember the girl with the axe and the knife? Or she had a hatchet, actually. I wonder, is this... Do they got pictures in there? Oh, I'm looking to see... And yes, I was on the JM Bullen site. That's why all the commercials are up there. Okay, it's not there. They didn't show it. Gosh darn it. Okay, so I thought this one had it in there. I saved the wrong one. Or it's not there anymore. So this dude and his sister, the two little English girls, or Welsh? No, I think they're English. And the girl had a hatchet and a knife, and she was trying to defend her sister. So, yeah, you're not hearing it about the follow-up. But this dude right here said some sexual stuff to the young ladies. And they're like, hey, don't talk to us like that. So he called his sister over, and she physically assaulted him. And that's when the girl pulls out the knife and the hatchet. And that's the part that you saw, and that's the part that they said, oh, evil little girl has a knife and a hatchet. Well, a strange thing happened at that guy's trial. They pulled out CCTV, the stuff that they want to get rid of everywhere around here, and it showed him harassing her, or the girls, and then the sister coming over and physically attacking them, and then the girl pulling out the knife and the hatchet to defend herself and her sister. But that won't be everywhere because nobody follows up on anything, right? Yeah. So, and am I buying everyone in the live stream some gold? No. Nope. He is one of the leaders. Which one are you talking about? The one that was in the video that you thought you recognized? And no, I'm not buying anybody anything. No. Just absolutely no. All right, and then keeping with our international theme, yeah, the Command North is releasing 10,000 troops to integrate with LEOs for enforcement for Kaunas? No. That's the first I heard of that, Sasquatch. So... This is I get this from this person, not sure who they are or whatever. So here's something we've seen before, right? And listen to what this guy says as soon as it starts to go a little south.
You know what, hang on a minute. Who the fuck are you talking to? You're fucking idiot, and fuck off. Who the fuck are you bunching a car for like that? Who the fuck are you bunching a car for like that?
I'm sorry. Please. No.
Who the fuck are you bunching a
I'm
car
saying,
for
but
like
who the fuck you saying? I was born here, you dickhead. I was born here. Fuck off. I was fucking born here. What do you mean? What do you mean? Please, I'm sorry.
Let me try the first one.
No.
Why'd you jump out of the car for?
No,
Huh? Why'd you jump out of the car for? You're going to do swearing at me, bro. You're saying fire. You're doing fucking amongst yourself. What are you going to do? The lady, you got to see your girlfriend now. Jumping out of the car like you're going to go. Leave it. Why do you want it for? Your girlfriend. You're showing off the car like you're going to do something.
Wait.
Don't jump out of the car like you're going to do something then.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
What are you going to do? You don't catch me, woman. You're acting like a...
Anybody notice the guy on the right? He keeps touching his nose, and the dude with the big mouth has no clue what is going on. Oh, where's all the bouncers that I know? They all know what that dude's doing.
I'm sorry. Okay, sit down.
They're fucking jumping out of your car.
Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry.
Who you talking to? Shut your mouth.
You do as I fucking say. All right. Please. Yeah, you do as I fucking say. I'm sorry. All right. Listen, he's the one who made this all work. I'm on a lead or something. Hang on, leave it.
Guys, please, just get into the car. Please.
Fucking dickhead boy.
Please.
You want to go away? She's your wife's asking. Now you're. Now I'm putting your phone. Yeah. All right.
What's cheeky?
You fucking racist prick.
Oh, hold on. It was just dudes talking shit a minute ago, but once he's got his phone out, oh, where have we seen that before? Where they pull that card? Huh?
Oh no! Yeah. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Your wife's asking you to get in the car.
Oh, no drama. No drama.
Listen.
Okay, so I did some reading on this. These two dudes that come up, some people were like, oh, look, they're helping their buddy. No, I actually did some digging. They end up stopping this thing and telling this clown to go away.
Fucking racist. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Now you're getting mouthy. Listen, you don't like him. Listen, he jumped out of the car. You made that worse than you are. I'm not a fucking foreigner. You just made that worse.
Okay, the rest of us just weren't arguing like that. But I wanted to wait till these two guys showed up because, one, that guy got all ballsy, right? But I went down and through the comments and all that stuff, and then I did some looking, and it actually, those two dudes, for whatever reason, but you got to give them credit, they didn't take that other dude's side, and they tried to squash it and try to get that guy to leave and everything, right? And then some cops, their version of police, their bobbies showed up, and the guy's like, I got it on video, they're being racist. Well, you all saw what he was doing before he turned his phone on, right? But there's that magic card that you can use in Europe, I guess, you know, so you can stab dudes and let them die in your front yard or whatever. So, looks like a normal day in London. Yeah. But I just wanted to point out, in case somebody's seen that video, I went and did a bunch of look, and those two guys that he thinks are on their team, on his team, they didn't take a side. They just tried to calm everything down. Right, wrong, indifferent, self-serving, whatever. Just want to make sure that folks didn't get all, yeah, look there. All right, I don't know where I got this one from, just this person. Yep, okay, great. Survey says, oh, what can we do? We can't do anything because we're Blackfield and we're cowards. It says, it's with a heavy heart, I can finally announce that the Bell Hotel has been shut down. The Home Office, so you know it's in England, just confirmed that all the migrants on this site have been removed. Thank you to all the dedicated patriots and activists who protested every Sunday over the last year or so. Effing, I guess that's a city, is now a safer place because of you. Yeah. So they protested out here until they left. If I remember right, this is a small little town that they threw all these guys in. I don't remember all the details off the top of my head. But this guy did something. Look at him. His pudgy little face. When's the last time he ran 3 miles? And look, oh, he's so cute. But anyway, he did something, and he's even a low testosterone guy because he's way young, right? He did something. No excuses. And it worked. Yeah? Okay. All right. And then over there in the hold on. Let me catch up. Looks like a normal day in London. Let's see. Oh, we're going to get there, Teresa. She says, meanwhile, in Northern Ireland, the Irish people have reached their boiling point after the Sudanese asylum seeker tried to behead an Irishman. Yeah, we're going to get there. Redneck says they have pulled that magic card too much here and it's caused fatigue. What did Glenn Arthur miss? He missed people hitting the like button, obviously, I guess. Terminal Element says, why aren't UK Christians using that law to their advantage? Christian ordered us to buy a sword and even sell our clothes if we can't afford one. Yeah, I don't know. Probably because they're sitting on the couch eating Cheetos. So, okay, so then, Teresa, we'll get over to Ireland in a minute. I've actually been trying to increase my knowledge of the situation. But as I was doing other things today, this popped up, and this is the BBC. British Broadcasting Corporation. Girl, 17, stabbed in the neck in street attack. Yeah. 17-year-old girl is being treated in a hospital after being stabbed in the neck. Armed officers from Lancashire Police were deployed to the scene in Briarfield near Nelson and arrested a 30-year-old man on suspicion of attempted murder. Yeah. So, stabbed her in the back of the neck. Yeah. A force spokesman, that means a cop spokesman, said, "We know that this will cause alarm." To see do the Eagles accent. We know. No, I can't do it now. I'm thinking about will cause alarm in the local community, and extra patrols will be in the area this evening to provide reassurance. Let's see. Lancaster Police have urged anyone who may have witnessed the stabbing or who may have CCTV or doorbell cam footage to come forward. So yeah, another, what are they calling them over there? A stabby person, so they don't get in trouble. Another stabby person has stabbed somebody. Yeah. I don't know. Is that like one a day for like the last 4 days or something? Seems like it. Cheez-Its, fuck the world. Cheez-Its are acceptable. Cheetos are not. All right, so let's move over to Ireland. Right before I got on here and I hit the go live button, I was watching a video from Andy No and this lady he was interviewing, where she's like first generation American or something like that, but still grew up in Ireland, something like that. Anyway, oh shit, hold on. Oh, sorry, need more coffee. Her dad was involved in the Troubles and all that good stuff, and she was explaining how the different groups there work. For you guys that are on the X thing for the Gazette, I put the question out there, can somebody explain the difference between these groups? Because I was getting confused. So if you can help me out, Cole. So what is it? For the win. FT Jubcha has always meant that to me. I don't know. Whatever. So there's the Protestant groups, the Catholic groups, and the Catholic groups are loyalists, and the Protestants are just Irish folk, and the loyalists don't consider themselves Irish, but they're in Ireland. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So there's all kinds of chaos of what's going on over there, and I wish somebody could explain it a whole lot better. I understood it a little more with that lady trying to explain it, but she was even trying to say that the people out there in the streets doing stuff wasn't the IRA, because, and I really didn't realize this until I've been looking stuff up, not just this interview, but I've been looking up other stuff. So apparently the IRA, and in particular Sinn Féin and all those guys, the last 2 decades, ever since they signed the peace treaty in the 80s, I believe it was, they've gone totally commie, leftist. I seen before, we talked about it before I changed the name of this and all that, where the IRA was backing immigration, and Sinn Féin had got people into political positions, and they were voting to allow these people to come there and all that. So I don't know. And then Wayne, the ICA, the Irish something army, Citizen Army. There you go, the Irish Citizen Army. I guess they've just come up, right? Is that it? The Loyalists or Protestants? Okay, so I don't know. I get confused and all that. So in '98, all right, Sasquatch is when they signed the peace treaty up there. So I don't think the IRA as a group is involved. I think individual people have pull, because I've heard more than once, even from that lady I was watching and other things I've been watching. Okay, somebody correct me if I get this wrong. The Catholic folks were told, "No, don't get involved. Stay in your house." And the folks there still have that kind of pull or whatever. And then I've heard this a couple times too, that a lot of the old IRA dudes, they they turned into drug dealers and shit. I don't know. I have no idea. So like I said on X, I put the question out, can somebody explain this? And of course nobody saw it because, you know, whatever. But still, I'm trying to find out, yeah? And let's see. Redneck saying once you get past the blue and the gray, it gets confusing. There are like 4 or 5 different IRA groups. Yeah, I mean, I've actually dealt with some IRA guys, but they were older IRA guys. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What we have seen since that stabbing, and if you guys haven't seen the stabbing, somewhere on the tabs up here, I have the unedited version. I won't show it, but I'll cut and paste the whatchamacallit, the link down there so you can go see the unedited version, because I think everybody needs to see the unedited version. Yeah? If you want to see what a prison stabbing looks like. Wayne saying there's also a new IRA that is full of younger guys that are sick of the Muslims as well. See, yeah, I've seen that too. So all we know is there's a group of Irish men, we'll just say that for now, right? Does that work? That have taken to the streets and they're doing things. Now, instead of just going, oh, looky, yay, whatever, right? We're going to discuss some of the things they're doing and how that may or may not apply to you, yeah? Let's see. Teresa saying a lot depends on what time frame you're looking at. I want to know for now, in this event that's taking place right now, who the players are. Does that make sense? That's what I'm asking for. Because I know there was IRA in like the 1800s, which aren't the same as the IRA in the 1900s or the 2000s, yeah? So I want to know the guys that are in the game now that are doing things, yeah? And how that all works. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it, and then I am going to find the stream and put it here, and you guys will do that, and then I'm going to try to pin it. I don't know how long this thing will still exist or if this link even still works, guys, because the Prime Minister has said to stop sharing it. So they got off the couch and set their pints of Guinness down. Exactly, Redneck. Exactly. So let me go back over here now. Let's do this. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see what you guys can see. Okay, you can't see it. Okay, so for you guys that can't see it, he's straddling this dude who we found out has some disabilities and was helping him move in, and he's screaming. There's a theory going that it was actually 2 guys that started the attack, and he's screaming for the second guy to come back. Okay, so the guy's hitting him with the stick thing. They call it something. I don't know what the hell they called it. I don't know what it is. Anybody know what that thing is? A thrower or something like that? But hold on, there's a part where I want you guys to hear it. Okay, so doing some looking at stuff. When they say, here comes the cops, back off, when the lady tells them to back off, it's because she's more worried about the cops arresting them for interfering and stopping the crime. I don't know. I saw a whole bunch of English people saying that, yeah, that's what their concern was. So, and by English, I guess I mean UK, you know. They were saying their concern was they were going to arrest them first. So, oh, we lost some people. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully they went to go see that video. And yeah, Redneck, they got off the couch. That's where we were. And there's the link. Let's see. Teresa's saying, yeah, old IRA versus IRA that was active back in the 70s, 80s, different from the new IRA. Yeah, so I mean, and a lot of people are talking about the groups that used to fight. Now they're coming together. I saw some videos on that. But I don't, okay, Sasquatch, what in the flying is a Hurley stick? I keep hearing him say that, and I have no idea what that means. A hunting stick? Is that like a cricket bat? Is that what it is? I don't know. They just kept saying it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to ask. I don't know what the hell it is. It's a stick, and he's hitting them with it, which, quite honestly, it's like, hey, maybe you should learn how to use those things properly. He'll say, I got a gun. Yeah, okay. But anyway. All right. So I am going to bring this a little bit different. When these guys went down the street and started doing things, they did things like this. Here's where I got it from. Don't know nothing about them. They set up checkpoints to see if there was immigrants in these cars. Yeah. Now, oddly enough, the same people that say it's okay for them to do that at an ICE immigration facility say that these guys can't do that here. So let's show it real quick.
Holy shit, that's scary. Yo, we're tracking the cars. What the fuck? Don't I get a video? Yo, they're fucking tracking a very fucking That's a holy shit, that's scary.
And I think there was another one right here. Dang it. Oh, I don't remember now. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing that up is for all you guys that might know the answer, is this the proper way to conduct a checkpoint? Like even a spontaneous one, or just, you know, like a mobile one on the fly? No. So if you ever think that you're going to get to the point that you might need to do something like this, you might need to know how to conduct one, I don't know, in a better manner than this. Because those two dudes could be dead right now. Why? Because they'll just hit the gas pedal. That's what you're supposed to do when they stop you, right? All right, so yes, it's good to get off the couch. It's even better if you have a clue of what you're doing when you get off the couch. It's some bizarre English game. Okay, I have no idea. Teresa's saying hurling is an Irish sport. It can be a rough sport, but cool to watch. A bit like a cross between lacrosse and soccer. Okay. And Wayne saying it's like a retarded hockey stick. Oh, okay. So if you don't know how to conduct a temporary, I'm trying to just use normal words for stuff, a spontaneous checkpoint like that, maybe you should know now, because they're only a few years ahead of us. That way you don't do stupid things like there's a car and two of your guys are standing there. Because what's the answer to people standing in front of you? Run them over. Yeah, run them over. And now you got two dudes down. And if you got two dudes down, how many people does that take to move? Yeah. So now you're down 6 dudes. Pretty much your operation ends at that point, right? So maybe you should learn how to run checkpoints like that. Hold on, what's this other one? Okay. So then, I don't know. I'm trying to have a little more of a serious conversation about it and not just the hee shit that I've been seeing other people do, yeah? Here's Tommy Robinson. It's a matter of seconds before he ends up in jail again. I've seen some of his posts. They're already saying it's his fault for this. All right, so suspected HMOs. HMOs are buildings where they house illegals and the government pays for it. I had to figure out what that meant. Are being burned out across Northern Ireland. So, and this is after the event. So here, let's show some of it real quick. Oh no, there's no sound in this one. but the building's on fire. This is folks that they're getting out of the buildings. There's videotape of, we'll just use the word immigrants, running, and police officers helping them get in the back of vehicles to leave. So here's my question, though. From what I can tell, hold on, I go back. From what I can tell, these fires that are being started in these buildings, they're targeted. They know who lives there. So here's the quiz for today. Checkpoints, not an L-shaped ambush. That's why it's a civilian. You can wound an opponent on purpose. Oh, I got lost on that one there, redneck. Okay, so if we're gonna get to a point that we burn people out, let's hope that these fellows over there, did some reconnaissance and intelligence gathering and made note of where their opposition lived. You know, like say if your opposition had a flag out front, or they had a yard sign, or they had a bumper sticker, and hopefully these are targeted exercises in fire placement. Trying to think of a good way to say this. Why? Because if this apartment houses your opposition and these other apartments do not, and they catch on fire, what are you losing? There's something you're losing that's very important if you burn out innocent people. Does anybody know? Something you need. Yeah, Teresa, I just know that they're going to end up throwing his ass in jail again. So they have to come get them allies. Yeah, redneck, exactly. So if you don't like my neighbor for whatever reason, and my house gets burned down too, I'm not on your side, bro. So that's where some directed energy of the youth needs to be directed. Yeah, and I've said it 100 times and been told I'm an ass clown. Actionable intelligence. Beforehand, you have to know. And apparently, a lot of these places are being targeted because it is known. Because I got off the couch and did the work ahead of time because they've been having bad things happening. Wayne says, don't forget to tie your phone to the dog before you go out. Yeah, and you know, talk about the OPSEC they've been using. These guys have basically told everybody, put your phones, all that other shit away, and they've been using runners, mouth, yeah? One person runs up to the other person, hey, here's what's going on. Supposedly, they're not even writing shit down. They're just using word of mouth, yeah? So, and you are also creating new Cali dead voters. I'm not, hopefully. So there's some lessons to be learned there, right? How do you run that checkpoint so your own people don't get hurt? How do you target, if you're going to use that tactic, to not lose supporters and not gain them supporters? Does that make sense? All this stuff matters, guys. You know, oh, I'm just going to run down the street and do craziness. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, well, you're an idiot and you're part of the problem. No. And my question was, when I was watching some of this, give over here, give credit where credit's due. So this happened a little while back, actually. It says hundreds of invaders, Muslims armed with weapons on the streets in the UK, screaming Allah Akbar, hunting British patriots. So my question is, with all this going on right now, where are these guys? It seems when there's opposition, they're not out and about. Yeah? And remember, they didn't bring water cannons out and all that other stuff. Right, wrong, and different. It's the situation they find themselves in, and you must work around it. Yeah? So, this one I'm going to bring up, not for the reasons people probably think. Yeah? So, this person, yeah, says, pussy Irish pigs are tough until they arrive in a Muslim neighborhood. Now, they're not talking about cops when they say pigs. They were talking, because I took it out of this, because this happened. Apparently, there was a, hold on, let me do this. Apparently there was some misunderstandings and some people felt that force was necessary to straighten out the misunderstandings. So, and then it says, tough until they arrive in a Muslim neighborhood. So does anybody else find it ironic besides me that it's okay if they go in a Irish neighborhood, but because they get sent there and they live there and they take over the buildings and everything else, but now they have Muslim neighborhoods. But if you admit there's Muslim neighborhoods, then you admit it's not the whole kumbaya, everybody living together, everybody happy thing that they want to say, right? Huh. Rules only play one way. Huh. Yeah. So, why did I bring that one up? Because I wanted to show that, again, they think it's okay that they have Muslim neighborhoods. Yeah? They think it's okay if they have insert ethnicity neighborhoods. But if you have something that's outside of that, well, that's free game. You can do whatever you want there, right? So, let me catch up. Teresa's saying, if the new IRA operates anything like their predecessors, you can bet that the network and intel is in place. They always made a point of knowing who's who. That's where I was going with that, Teresa. So we can see it in action, right? I would just put the guardrails out there and make sure that you're only targeting those things that need to be targeted because you don't want to lose the population, right? So Redneck saying, leave no trail, nothing that can be traced, no electronics, no paper. Exactly. So, and okay, for everyone out there, if you ever get in a confrontation and you start doing this, just go home. Just go home. I'm sorry. Go home before you get hurt, okay? If you don't know how to use your hands, but you're a speed demon with the freaking gun or something, just go home, man. There's more chance of you using your hands than a gun. Yeah? Okay. All right. Meanwhile, to spike sales of power drills. So, meanwhile, in Spain, and why are we saying this? Because it's not just here. These people are ahead of us. So, here's where I got it from. Don't know nothing about it, but want to give credit. You notice I keep saying that, right? That's, yeah, anyway. All right, so migrant sends fire to a bar full of people in León, Spain.
¡Préndelo, gilipollas! ¡Subnormal!
And the rest of the video is just a lot more yelling and panicking and all that other good stuff, right? So the point of that is, I didn't see that anywhere in the news. Yeah, I didn't see it anywhere. I saw it on social media, and then I went and looked, and they're like, yeah, that happened. Oh, okay. So, hold on. Need to pay attention to the spike sales of power drills. Nope, definitely not kumbaya. They're building their caliphate neighborhoods, and everyone else is an outsider. Yep. So the original Sasquatch was hounding out frontal lobotomies. Oh, already then. And then, hold on, where is it? Oh, I lost my place. Here we go. I got this one because I thought it was very, very interesting. So it's from ABC News. Everybody notice that I don't have just like one news source? All right. The UN Refugee Agency said forced displacement of people due to conflict or persecution fell in 2025 for the first time in a decade. But the agency warned that 118 million people who had fled their homes or nation is still alarmingly high. What happened in 2025? What? That timing just seems odd to me. Yeah, I don't know. Things were going on. People were saying stop sending them. I don't know. Interesting that the UN's saying that. Okay, hold on. I had something else. Where was it? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, that was all that I had set aside for this evening. But if anybody has something we must absolutely discuss, I will hang out and absolutely discuss it. Let's see. You leave no trail, nothing betrays. Not kumbaya. Yep. Sasquatch fighting out lobotomies. Juicy fruit. I'm dating myself. Oh, righty then. Let's see. They pull shit like that in the UK, and they got a hard on for pubs near their new mosque. Yeah, and that's actually a tactic, is to burn down the churches, the mosques, or not the mosques, the bars, strip clubs if they're there, all that kind of stuff. We showed that before, yeah? So, yeah, it's just the same thing they've been doing for, like 2,000 years, man. And people just don't want to pay attention because, it doesn't bother me none. Oh. Sasquatch saying, send them to Ukraine or Russia. I hear they need more troops. There you go. Teresa says, come on, Steve. You must have gotten the juicy fruit reference. No, I got lost in there somewhere because I started thinking about this. So, yes, I lurk all the time, right? Other people don't have anti-lurker rules. I do. So, my question again, and going back to what we started off with the video that kept clipping out on me, which I don't understand why. The guy with the groovy glasses and the neck tattoos, he's saying, okay, yeah, you know the secrets of the Illuminati, but what the hell does that do? That didn't do nothing for you every day, right? So you see all these guys, oh, this is going on here and that's going on, and I'm going to connect all these dots and da-da-da-da-da. It don't do shit for us, man. It doesn't do a fucking thing. So if things get south, can you do the checkpoint? Do you know the targets? Can you control it to just the targets? So that way the people that you need the backing of stay with you? This would be, what, guerrilla warfare shit, right? I don't know. Maybe. My brain kind of hurts. But, I got a chicken, so I know everything. All right, so what can we do? That's the question. That's the question I never see answered by all these super fucking cool kids. Oh, it's the people with the little hats. Okay, well, who gives a fuck? What can we do? So we've done some of it, right? We've come up with answers. We said vote. Make them earn it. And if I, being a good California, vote every time, just so they have to make up another vote to cover mine, then you can probably do it where you're at, right? Now, between now and 2028, start pumping people up to go vote. Everybody can get somebody else to go vote. It makes it harder for them to win. And that's where the battlefield's at, right? And then how do we do some of this other stuff? We talked about it last week, right? Some people probably missed it. School board meetings coming up. Yeah, and you're like, man, I've been working all day, blah, blah. Okay, cool. You and the other bubbas go to somebody's house, get the fire pit out, get the beers out, find the one kid that's like 14, 15 years old. You watch all the damn kids. We're going to sit here and drink beer. Something comes up, you come tell us, right? And then all the wives carpool, and all the wives go to the city council meeting, or all the wives go to the PTA meeting, and you actually do something. Yeah? I know, that's just too much thinking, right? So you can kick back after your long day, drink a beer, hang out with the homies, and talk about, you know, what new gear you put on your rifle, and the women can get out there and do the thing. Why the women? Because they're not a threat, right? And they get out there and say their piece, and mama bears go off. Woohoo! Yeah! And what can you really say to a mama bear going off? Not much, but they can say things to dudes, right? Okay. Next thing. Find out who in your local area ain't a douche that's trying to run for something, right? Or can run for something. Start doing what they did, going back to the videos at the beginning, where they started decades ago and got us to where we're at. You got to start somewhere. So maybe you're that guy. Maybe your brother's that dude. Maybe the guy you go, I don't know, play golf with, or freaking shoot pool with, or go fishing with. He can run to be mayor. He can run to be on the city council, right? Find them. Make sure they're not douches. Back them. 2028 is just around the corner, man. And there's going to be more voting, which is more chance for you to do your part to try to drain the swamp and all that other shit that everybody's bitching that other people aren't doing. Yeah? Are we with me on that? Does that make sense? All right, let me know if that makes sense, right? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. No, I don't get the reference. I know the movie, but I don't get the reference. And Sasquatch says, train! No, let's talk about it and buy cool gear. Go back and learn the tactics from Vietnam. I got cash fish skinning pliers. Oops. Redneck. No. Yeah, don't fuck with the mama bear. So why don't we use that tactic? So if you got mama bear here and you got blue hair with the nose ring, I know who I'm putting my money on, yeah? Yeah? Because blue hair with the nose ring is not used to getting any resistance. Now, if we take dudes and we send them, oh, look at me, I'm a woman, you're being mean. But if it's mama bear, she says, you're being mean, fuck you, right? And they can't do nothing. This isn't hard, guys. You just got to do something. And I'm so tired of, oh yeah, we know all these things, but you know, we don't know how to do anything. So we just give up, right? Right. All right. I think I made all my points for this evening. Let me know if I'm making sense. Yeah? Oh, Wayne. Yeah. Some things we don't talk about openly. Yeah? Do me a favor, guys. Hit that stupid little thumbs up so YouTube will accidentally let this out. If there's people with an IQ, I don't mean the other people. I mean people with an IQ. Send it out to them, man. If you want me to look something up, if you want me to look into something, put a comment in there after this that I can see later, and I can look it up and get into it. Like I said, I've been trying to figure out who the players are in Ireland, and I don't have like a real good grasp of it, you know? Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Let me know if there's something I should do a video on too, right? I think that's all I got. Appreciate everybody coming. If you're a lurker in the chat, go ahead and pop in right now, because everybody likes to do that when I'm getting done. So I'm getting ready to go here in a minute. Let's see. That's all I got, guys. And we got to do something. Don't sit on your ass and give up. Does that make sense? I haven't. And I'm so far behind the lines, it's not even funny. Yeah? All right. For now, that's all we got going. As always, stay safe. Wolverines! Later, y'all.
Freedom needs your name today. Get up, take your place and stay.